Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barbara and I'm so excited that you are here today because today I'm here so excited to record another round of TBRvatar. Last month was the first time I was playing TBRvatar as a means to determine my TBR for October, and now I'm back for round 2 to determine my TBR for November. And I'm so excited because this is like my favorite game kind of thing, so I'm so excited to play it again. But first things first, what books did I read? Did I succeed in my last month's TBR? So let's see. So first I was supposed to read Red Rising by Pierce Brown, and I started this and I got, this far. 162 pages, and then I just gave up because I was not interested. I don't know, I just didn't really care about what was happening in this book and about these characters, and I just didn't believe it much. I don't know, this was a DNF for me, but it still counts because I gave it a shot, right? So this one would be a good point. Anyway, next book we had The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And I'm currently reading this, and I have 100 pages left. So I will be able to finish it by tomorrow, because tomorrow is the last day of the month. So I'll be able to finish this by tomorrow, so this is a success. Next book I read was the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. And this I picked from Beth's October TBR, and yeah, I did read this one, actually on audiobook, but they still count. The next one was a poll between American Dirt by Jenny Cummins and Darker by E.L. James, and you guys picked American Dirt, so I read American Dirt by Jenny Cummins. Listened to this one also on audiobook mostly, so this one is also a success. Next one we had The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Unfortunately, I was not able to get to this one. I started listening to it, but I was not very comfortable with the accent because English is not my mother tongue, and these accents were a little bit challenging for me to listen to. So I decided to read it instead, but I never got to it, unfortunately, so this one I did not read. And the last book we had was My Sister the Serial Killer by Oinkan Braithwaite, and I read this one. So basically, I read 5 books and didn't read one. So I think that's pretty good, even though I'm really sad I didn't get to this one, but I think it's pretty good. So now what happens is I get to go one step forward on the board for each book that I did read, and one step backwards for the books I didn't read. So I read 5, that goes 5 steps forward, and I didn't read one, so 1 step back. So in total, 4 steps forward. But also, as I said last month, if you saw the video, during playing with the TBRvatar, I will be on book buying ban. And if I buy a book that was on sale or something, I will take a step back for each book that I buy. And I did buy one book. It was on Kindle, it was for $3, I think, or $2. It was on sale, it was These Violent Delights, which I'm really excited to read because I don't know, that's just something I'm really interested in. So I bought that, so I'll take 1 additional step back. I also got 2 more books, but they were for free, so I don't count them. And then yesterday I bought 1 more book that's going to be for the November book club pick. So that doesn't count, right? I'm not gonna count that because otherwise I wouldn't have bought the book. But since it's for the book club, I bought it, so I don't count that. So I'll go 1 step back for buying 1 book. So in total, I will go 3 steps forward, right? Yes, 3 steps forward. So again, we'll go with 5 rolls for 5 books. And now this month is going to be a little, well, very special actually, because apart from TBRvatar, I will also be trying to participate in 3 readathons and 3 book clubs. So for the 3 book clubs, it's 3 different books. I will try to squeeze them in, hopefully. We'll see. And for the 3 readathons, I will be participating in Believathon, hosted by Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin. I will be participating in a Game of Thrones readathon, which is Game of Thrones themed readathon, ran by Dasha and two other girls. I don't remember their names, but I'll link it all down below. And the last one I will try to participate in is LDR-athon, so long distance relationship readathon, hosted by Chloe from Chloe Reads Books, I think is her handle. I will link it all down below, so you can have a look at their announcements and all these readathons if you want to join some of those as well. And yeah, I will talk more about these after I play my TBRvatar, because I think, yeah, then I'll be able to squeeze more in or like more coordinate, hopefully. So I will tell you my TBR for those readathons later. So without further ado, let's get rolling! Okay, so here is our TBRvatar board. Last round we ended here, so we are in the second section, which is pretty cool. First we said we have to go 3 steps forward, so let's do that. 1, 2, 3. So we start here, but that doesn't trigger any action at all. It's just that's where we start from this round. And also it's great because this would send us all the way to the beginning. So we really didn't want that, so that's great. So yeah, let's roll and see what happens. Roll number 1. And it's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, D20. Okay, so for D20 we are supposed to have a TBR of 20 books that are like the highest priority, and roll a die, D20. I don't know if you can see, I'm gonna zoom in like this. And you can also see here the list of all the books. You can pause if you want to read all of them, what they are. But yeah, now I'm going to roll a die and see what book I'll get. And that's a 3. Okay, and for 3 we have Ariadne. Alright. Okay, so the first book is Ariadne, but I don't have it. It's a book that I ordered yesterday for the November pick of our book club, so that will arrive on Monday, I think. So the first book is Ariadne, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, so that's the first book, starting really great. And yeah, let's go for roll number 2. Okay, roll number 2. And we've got 7. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ba-zing-je. And ba-zing-je means read a book longer than 500 pages. Okay. Okay, so now we got ba-zing-je, which is read a book longer than 500 pages. And unfortunately, none of the other book club books fit this prompt. Well, not really unfortunately, they are like 300 pages. So then I went to pick Darker by E.L. James, because I borrowed it from library back in August or something, so I really need to read it. I also have now an audiobook for this, so I'll probably more listen to it on audiobook. This is the second book in the 50 Shades of Grey, as told by Christian Grey. So why not have a little fun as well? So this is the second book of the month. So let's go for roll number 3. Okay, roll number 3. And we have 1. 1 is here, and that's nothing really, so it's just a prompt. Okay, so now we got a prompt card, so now we have to go to our beautiful image wheel picker. So I'm gonna pop it here. I removed the cards from last month because I don't want them to repeat. I have like 79 cards now, so we have lots to go through. Okay, we are recording now, so let's spin it. Spin it. Okay, yip yip, yay! Keep this card and use it on the next one that you'd like to redraw. Okay, that's perfect. So no book here, I guess. Yay! Okay, so there is no book there, I imagine. So free draw, perfect. Opposite of last round. Yeah, so far we have 2 books, 1 book from a book club, another book from a library, and 1 free draw. So let's go for roll number 4. Okay, roll number 4. And we have a 2, and 2 is 1, 2. Cabbage pot again! Are you kidding me? A cabbage pot. Okay. And so we got cabbage pot again. Again, why do I even hope for anything else anymore? I got cabbage pot twice last month. Now again. But last month it really liked me. It got me really books that I wanted to read so much. So fingers crossed it happens again. So I'm going to put this on my phone. And I'm going to screen record. There we go. I have now 175 books. I also added here all the audiobooks that I own, because otherwise I feel like they are being a little left out, so I'm gonna include those as well. But yeah, let's just spin it. The Man Who Played with Fire. What is that? Let me check, wait. Okay, so The Man Who Played with Fire, I have it on my Kindle, I completely forgot I had it. It's written by Jan Stoklasa and Tara F. Chase. Tara F. Chase is a translator. It's basically the undertitle of this book is Stieg Larsson's Lost Files and the Hunt for an Assassin. So this is basically a true crime novel that Stieg Larsson was working on before he died, about Swedish Prime Minister who was killed in Stockholm and no one ever found who killed him. So yeah, it's a basically true crime novel. So I'm gonna read that, I guess. Yeah, sounds cool. I didn't expect to be reading it this month at all, but why not? Let's give it a shot. So The Man Who Played with Fire is the next book. And so let's go for the last roll number 5. Okay, and last roll number 5. And it's 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sneak peek. Sneak peek means I get to have a look at somebody else's TBR online and put a book from their TBR on my own. Yep, we can do that. Last roll we got sneak peek, so we have to look at somebody else's TBR. So let's do that. I'm going to record my screen again, and we're going to try to find someone on my YouTube. There have been lots of TBRs lately, so you know what? Let's check hers, because she is one of the hosts of the Game of Thrones readathon, so maybe she'll have some useful tips. Let's see what she's reading. Boyfriend Project. Ideally a book that I own, but I don't know if she likes. She wants to read a romance.
I also think that'd be, I don't know if it's actually so communication online, but I don't think I need to say anymore. Or features royalty. For this, I'm going to be reading The Princess Trap by Talia Hibbert. I'm going to be totally honest, I don't know what this one is about either, but it's Talia Hibbert. I don't think I need to say anymore.
The Princess Trap.
Okay, so I briefly looked at the synopsis, and it's kind of long.
The Princess Trap, I don't have it, but that's exactly the prompt I will need for my readathon as well. I will explain it later, but I'm taking the same path as her, so I do need a book for the prompt with royalty. So maybe The Princess Trap, I could steal that one.
So I kind of just skimmed through it.
We'll see.
Situation. I saw the romance books that I just felt like
Undercover Bromance.
First book. Communicate. I'm pretty sure they
The Trouble with Hating You. Okay. I don't have any of these books. What If It's Us?
A sequel I might have seen recently, but I don't.
I don't have it either, of course. I don't read romance, so.
Channel if you're interested. But if you just want a brief synopsis and say your brass
Empire of Gold.
Kingdom of Copper just left me so confused. I have no idea what's going to happen.
That's the third in the series.
However, we also get
I didn't read the rest of the series. So I think that makes it then Princess Trap by Talia Hibbert, I think. I will see if I can find it in a library somewhere or maybe on audiobook and roll on that one. Cool, so that was the last book for my TBRvatar. So let's sum up. The first book was Ariadne, which I will receive on Monday. Second book is Darker, which I have from the library, plus more than 500 pages. Third roll was free roll, so no book there. From the Cabbage Pot I got The Man Who Played with Fire, so that's a true crime. And the last book I will have to look again through the TBR and see which one I can find online, but that probably could be The Princess Trap, but we'll see. No, don't hold me up to it. So those are the books I have for my TBRvatar. That's one physical book I have right now, but it will be 2 or maybe 3 in total. And 1 Kindle. Yes. So that's that. Now let's see what happens in the rest of the readathons, right? So I already said that I'll be participating in Game of Thrones readathon, Long Distance Relationships readathon, and Believathon. So let's start with Game of Thrones, or Game of Thrones. And here I will link all this down below so you can have a closer look. This readathon takes place during the first 2 weeks of November, and it has 3 prompts. First prompt is the same for everyone who is participating, and that's, I have here a cheat sheet with all the prompts. And the first one is Crossroads Inn, read an anticipated book. And for this I can basically read anything, right? I will be reading The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. I fell in love with this cover the first time I saw it, and I really wanted to read it ever since I first saw it on Bookstagram, but I never got to it. And now it was picked for the Mooney's book club, so G's book club, and for November, so we'll be reading this. And yeah, I've been looking forward to reading this one for so long, so this is the first book. And then after the first Crossroads Inn, you can, in this readathon, you can choose, I think, 4 different paths where you want to go. You want to go to find the Targaryen's heir, you want to continue to King's Landing to pledge loyalty to the king, you can go to the Lannisters, to Casterly Rock, or you can go to see the Starks in Winterfell. And each of these have different prompts. So basically, I, by default, want to say Targaryens. I love the Targaryen family in this series, and so I wanted to go to Targaryens. But then I read the story, and basically I decided to go for the King's Landing, because the origin story is of this readathon that your mother, or yeah, you basically play kind of a character, and your mother sends you to pledge loyalty to the king for the entire family because your father is too old to make the journey. So you're supposed to go to King's Landing to pledge loyalty. But at the Crossroads Inn, where you sleep overnight, you hear all these other people talking about all these other families, and you're intrigued. And now you want to go to the Targaryens, Starks, or Lannisters, or you will go to the King's Landing. And for me, then it felt like, well, in these books, in this series, in this world, family is everything. And if I don't go to King's Landing to pledge loyalty to the king, maybe there will be some trouble for my family and it will start a war. I don't want to be the root of that. So I decided I will go to King's Landing. I will pledge loyalty to the king for my family, and then maybe I will be able to go search for the Targaryen's heir. Anyway, that's my reasoning. So to go to King's Landing, there are 2 prompts, and the first prompt is King's Landing, read a 5-star prediction. And for this, I'm going to be reading, yes, The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. I saw everyone talking about this book so much, and I just think it's like so cute. The cover is really cute, and I don't know, I just think this is something I will really like, so I expect this to be 5 stars. I believe this book is about men being sent to this school or orphanage where there are all different kinds of children with, I believe, different magical powers that could be dangerous to the world. So they are locked up in this orphanage. That's what I understand. And this man goes there to make sure that everything goes as planned and everything is under control. And I think then there is something that the man that goes there realizes, that these children are really nice and sweet children, but are unfortunate to have these horrible powers, I guess. And it turns out to be really wholesome and sweet. So we'll see. But that's my 5-star prediction. And then as we continue, we go to the Iron Throne. And Iron Throne is read a book about or featuring royalty. So I think here I go with Ray's recommendation, and that is The Princess Trial, I think, by Talia Hibbert. I have no idea what this book is about. Let me search for it. Sorry, it's The Princess Trap. Princess Trap by Talia Hibbert, and it says, from best-selling author Talia Hibbert comes a story of wicked royals, fake engagements, and the fed-up office worker trapped in the midst of it all. Cherry Nata is 30, flirty, and done with men. As far as she can tell, they are overrated, overpaid, and underperforming in every area of life. Well, I'm starting to like this girl. But a girl has needs, and the smoking hot stranger she just met at the office seems like the perfect one-night stand. Except he's your colleague. Don't do it for one-night stand, anyway. Prince Ruben of Helmore is reckless, dominant, and famously filthy. The outcast royal is rebuilding his reputation, all for a good cause, but he can't resist a pretty face. And bossy whirlwind Cherry's got the face, the body, and the attitude to make Ruben's convictions crumble. Even better, when she propositions him, she has no idea who he really is. I like it. This is gonna be fun. So that's my 3rd book for the Game of Thrones readathon. So those are these two. Those are these two, and the Princess Trap. So those are there. For the next one we have the long distance relationship readathon, and this one takes place the 2nd week of the month, 8th to 14th of November, I think. And here are 5 prompts, and these prompts are read a book recommended by a friend, read a book set in a different country, read a 5-star prediction, read a book that was gifted to you, and pick up a comfort read. And for this readathon you can read 1 book for all of them if you can find that fits, and I managed to do just that. So, read a book recommended by a friend. This book has been recommended by absolutely everyone, and now I think all this will be buddy read with my friend Diana. I will link all her credentials down below as well. And this will be a buddy read, so it kind of is a friend recommendation, but I've seen it all over Bookstagram and BookTube, which these people are all my friends. I consider them as friends anyway. Bookish friends. So that's this. Then read a book set in a different country. Well, this is definitely not set in Sweden, so, or is it? I don't think so. No, I think it's not set in Sweden, so this fits that. Read a 5-star prediction. 5-star prediction. Read a book that was gifted to you. My boyfriend gave this to me for my birthday. And pick up a comfort read. I hope it will be a comfort read. If it won't, I hope any other book that I'll be reading this month will be a comfort read. So, we'll see. We'll see if the last one will fit. If this is not a comfort read, I will pick something else that is really short, and I'll let you know later how that turned out. But plan is to have this one for that readathon. And then the last readathon that I want to talk about is the Believathon. Believathon is basically the all-month readathon created by Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin. And this is basically readathon where you read children's and middle grade books, which I usually don't read, but this video, this announcement video, was done so masterfully. I was just blown away, and I was like, I have to take part in this. Like, this is amazing. I will link it down below so you can have a look. It's fantastic. So I decided to take part. There are 30 prompts. You don't have to do 30 prompts. You can do 1 prompt. You can do all 30 if you want. Whatever fits you. So I decided how I'm going to do this is that after every book that I read this month, I will pick 1 prompt from Believathon and read 1 middle grade old children's book. I think that's gonna be fun. And to show you how that looks, here I have actually... Here are my prompts. I put them all in these nice, colorful cards and put them in here. And after I finish a book from these other readathons and from my TBRvatar, I will go here, I will pick 1 prompt from here and read a book that fits that prompt as a children's or middle grade. And I want to start one of those now. to kind of like show you how that works, but let's first maybe like spin them a little. And I'm gonna show you how I have it done. All 30 are in here, so I pick this one. Blue. What does it say? It's like this, so you have, wait, I'll try to focus. Yeah. So here is kind of like a riddle and then a prompt. So, fly high in the sky, in the clouds you will soar, the worlds unimagined and lands unexplored. Read a book set in a faraway place. I think this is read a book and like set any other place than your own. Okay, and so for this, I think I'm going to pick Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. I know many people think of this as a young adult book, but, and maybe it is, I don't know, I haven't read it, but it was also nominated this year for Carnegie Prize, which is a prize for children's books. So I'm going to cheat this one a little bit out of there. And this is the book I will be reading. Okay, let me just read this for you because I don't know how to explain it actually. Camino leaves for her father's visit to the Dominican Republic, but this year, on the day when his plane is supposed to land, Camino arrives at the airport to see crowds of crying people. In New York City, Yahaira is called to the principal's office where her mother is waiting to tell her that her father, her hero, has died in a plane crash. Separated by distance and Papi's secrets, the two sisters are forced to face a new reality in which their lives are forever altered. Now Camino and Yahaira are both left to grapple with their grief, their newfound love for one another, and what it will take to keep their dreams alive. So this could be really cute and really sad, as, yeah, that's kind of like the golden combination, isn't it? So this is the first book I will be reading for the Believathon. And what else I'll be reading for this and what other prompts I'll pick, that will be in my wrap-up video. I will film it all like as I go. So look forward to that video in 1 month. And yeah, so that's all the books I have for the readathons and TBRvatar. So let's just sum up the physical books that are for the readathons. Right? Okay. So that's there. Lost Apothecary is for Game of Thrones readathon. Darker is for my TBRvatar. Cerulean Sea or House in Cerulean Sea is for both long distance relationship readathon and Game of Thrones readathon. And this is for Believathon. And then there are more books for the TBRvatar like Ariadne, The Man Who Played with Fire, and The Princess Trap. And then I'll also try to read this book, The Sisters of the Winterwood by Rena Rosner. This is a pick for Eurovisionathon book club. This month, for November, we picked Ukraine as the country we'll be reading from. So this book is set in Ukraine, basically on the border between Moldova and Ukraine. Yeah, in a remote village surrounded by forests on the border of Moldova and Ukraine, sisters Liba and Laya have been raised on the honeyed scent of their mommy's babka and the low rumble of their tati's prayers. But when a troop of mysterious men arrives, Laya falls under their spell, despite their mother's warning to be wary of strangers. As dark forces close in on their village, Liba and Laya discover a family secret about a magical heritage they never knew existed. The sisters realize the old fairy tales are true and could save them all. I think that sounds pretty cool. I love the cover. Check the cover. Yeah. How beautiful is the cover with all the animals and everything on it. I love it. So that will be for the book club. I think that's all I'm aiming at reading this month as a priority anyway. And all the other Believathon books, hopefully. So this is my book stack. And wish me luck. As of right now, we have 10 books. So it's these 5 plus other 5 that either I don't have right now, or I have on audiobook, or in Kindle. Yeah. So that's gonna be 10 books. It's a lot. It's a lot more than I usually read. I don't know how I'm gonna do 10 books. Well, wish me luck. Wish me luck. I hope it will be okay. But I'm really excited about all of these books. Like, all of them look amazing. All of them look amazing. So I'm really excited. And I hope it will be a great month. Because here in Sweden, it's November. Darkest month of the year. What you gonna do? Read. So that's my plan. That's my plan. But yeah, that's it. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you who watches these videos. So let me know please down in the comments if you read any of these books that I have on my TBR now, what you thought about them, and yeah, if you're excited to read any of this as well. And yeah, if you like this video, please hit like, subscribe so you can see more of my videos, also how the Believathon turns out with these cute prompts. Yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye!